Welcome back. Welcome back to Talkative Sports News, where we talk about everything football, locally and globally. And before we proceed today, please like, share, subscribe if you haven't done so already. And feel free to comment, whatever you might think or feel about some of the things that are said in this episode. Without further ado, let's begin. So I just want to touch on a little over a few topics, about 4 topics today, just quickly with you all. Just some stuff that's been happening, particularly to do with the World Cup qualifiers, World Cup qualifying matches that took place in Africa. And I don't know how to say this. I guess I'll just say this. We have to come to terms. Cameroon and Nigeria football teams are an effing disgrace. They're a disgrace to their people. They're a disgrace to the continent of Africa. They're a disgrace to their people in the diaspora. I mean, they're a disgrace to young, talented, up-and-coming players that hope to make their national teams of Nigeria and Cameroon win or at least represent them in a World Cup. Missing this World Cup in 2026, it's a failure of epic Super Saiyan proportions. It's just as simple as that. It's a failure. It's a disgrace. They should be ashamed of themselves. I even opened my mouth. I was dumb enough to open my mouth and say, oh, it should be easy win for Nigeria. They got this. No, they did not have it. Losing that game, and I'm not Nigerian, but wow, I was shocked. And their coach wants to come out and say, oh, someone was doing voodoo during the penalty kicks. And so what? So what? If you had taken care of business during the game, there wouldn't need to be any voodoo. My God. No accountability whatsoever. So, coach, you didn't have anything to do with that? You want to blame the person that was doing voodoo? Is there anything that you need to be accountable for, sir? Please, I really want to know. Are you taking any accountability? Or are you just going to blame it on the person that was doing voodoo? And the Cameroonian Football Organization, let me make this very clear. If that coach is still our coach, come AFCON, you are a disgrace. You should be embarrassed by the showing that our team has done on that pitch the last few games. You should be absolutely embarrassed. The coach should be fired immediately. That's all I have to say about that. We move on to a little discussion that I saw online earlier today. Particularly a discussion, I guess you want to say a banter between fellow Arsenal fans. And they were specifically posing the question, should Arsenal fans prefer the Europa League or the Premier League? And one of our Jamaican brothers gave a very interesting answer. He's an Arsenal fan, of course. He said he would prefer Arsenal to win the Europa League because they have, 3 Premier Leagues already? So he personally would like to see his team win a Europa League. And being someone who my team has won it all, I can say I agree with his sentiments. I agree with his opinion. If I was in the same position, I would say the same thing. I think we already have 3 Premier Leagues, even though they haven't won in 21 years, mind you. But I agree with him. I think they should at least win a Champions League or a Europa League. I actually do agree with him. Now, the Premier League is no joke. I've already won everything, so my opinion doesn't matter. But if I was in his shoes, yeah, sure, I'd accept the Premier League, but I would be happier if we won a Europa League or a Champions League. Just adding more, I guess you want to say, more Pokemon to my collection. So I agree with him. I think they should prefer the Europa League. Obviously, they would be happy with the Premier League. Anybody would be happy with the Premier League. But the Europa League, yeah, I don't mind it. Okay. Our third topic of the day is Anthony or Antoine Semenyo. I think it's Anthony Semenyo on the menu for Liverpool. He could be. I mean, you already spent 500 million euros. What's another 80 to 90 million? Because Bournemouth, they're not going to go cheap on you. They will not go cheap on you. I don't expect them to. Why would they? Did Benfica go cheap on you for Darwin Núñez? Nope. Did Newcastle go cheap on you for... So why would you expect Bournemouth to be any different? Did Frankfurt go cheap on you for Ekitike? Nope. Did Leverkusen go cheap on you for Frimpong and Florian Wirtz? Nope. So why would we expect it to be any different? I mean, we already got Bournemouth's left back from last season. Did they go cheap on you for Kirkes? Nope. Sure, you might get him, but it's going to cost you dearly, very dearly. It ain't going to be cheap. Semenyo is, what, top 5 in goals in the Premier League? He's like that, but it's not going to be cheap. And with our last topic of the day, our last but not least topic of the day, Estevao Willian, the wonder kid, the greatness of an 18-year-old impacting his nation of Brazil. That's 5 goals in 11 games for Brazil. They even have him taking penalties. I mean, man, what can I say about this kid? The flair that he plays with, it may not be quite Neymar, but it's definitely Neymar-esque. I'll say it again. The flair this kid plays with may not be quite Hazard, but it's definitely Hazard-esque. Like I get similar feelings watching him like I did when I was watching Neymar or Hazard. I'm telling you, similar vibes. Very similar vibes. There's nothing he can't do on that pitch except maybe, play goalkeeper or center back. But there's nothing he can't do on that pitch. And his finishing touch is quite something special, especially for Brazil. It's been quite a special thing to watch. If you haven't seen Estevao play, I suggest you take a little time just to watch any game, whether for Chelsea, whether for Brazil. Take a little time, and I promise you, he will not disappoint you. He hasn't disappointed me yet. There hasn't been a single time on the pitch for Chelsea that I've been disappointed in his performance. Not once. Not once. So the world needs to start taking notice of this, more and more notice of this kid. 40 million bargain. 40 million bargain. His cost right now has to be close to 70, 80 million, at least, in the span of months. So, Estevao, I will be watching. And with that being said, thank you for joining me for this quick episode of Talkative Sports News. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and comment your thoughts, your ideas. And with that being said, peace.